Welcome to today's English class. I hope you all are safe, healthy and happy at home and all of you are ready to learn with me. Are you? So here we go. Today, let's learn a poem from your prose text, The Rebel. But children, before we actually move on to the poem, let me ask you something. Have you ever come across people or maybe your friends who act totally in a different manner or they do just things opposite to what other people do? Let me give you some examples. When you are in a class, maybe someday you feel that you are not in a mood to learn. So you tell your teacher, we don't want to learn today. Let's go to the playground and play. Maybe one of your friends suddenly says, no ma'am, we want to study. Let's be inside the class and learn. I don't want to go and play. Okay? So how do you feel at that moment? Maybe some of your friends decide to go and play football, okay? But one of your friends says, today I am not in the mood of playing football. Let's play cricket, right? Or maybe you decide to go for a picnic on a particular day. And one of your friends says, no, we won't go for a picnic today. I am not in a mood, to go on a picnic. Why don't we go mountaineering? Why don't we go out, okay, and do something adventurous? Because I'm not in a mood of going for a picnic with you all. So, I hope definitely you might have come across such friends in your classroom, even when you're at home, okay, or the people in your neighborhood. There are certainly people who behave in a different manner. When all the people around you do something else and this particular person wants to do something different. Okay, so this particular person wants to make his presence to be felt by others, right? So we will discuss more about such kind of people. So these people are called rebels. I hope now you have understood the meaning of rebels. Okay, they are people who don't like rules. They are people who don't want to be controlled by others. Isn't it? They want to be different. They want to do things in a different way. And maybe, they want to be important in front of others. Maybe they are trying to attract attention. Okay? So children, the poem which we are going to learn today is The Rebel. This has been written by P.J. Enright. Okay. So, rebel, we have tried to understand the meaning of rebel and what kind of people are rebels. Now, let's try to read this poem from your textbook. If you have your textbook at home, you can open your textbook and look into the lines and the stanzas as I read them for you, and let's try to understand what the poet has tried to tell us about rebels. So here we go. The rebel, as I had told you, and we had tried to understand who is a rebel. A person who refuses to obey people in authority or to accept rules. we can also say a rebel is a person who does not like rules or authority and shows this by behaving differently from most people in the society. From their behavior we can understand that he is a rebel. He or she is a rebel because his behavior is different from others. Children, I have a picture for you on the screen where you can see, everyone in black and one person is in red, right? The person trying to be different from others. So as you look at the picture, you will understand the meaning of rebel in a better way. Now let's look at the first stanza. When everybody has short hair, the rebel lets his hair grow long. When everybody has long hair, the rebel cuts his hair short. You can look at the picture, children. I have some pictures for you too after each stanza. So I hope you will enjoy looking at the picture and maybe this will help you to understand better. So on the left hand side of the picture you can see girls with long hair, and on the right hand side you can see a girl with a short hair. So here the poet tries to tell us what exactly a rebel tries to do. Okay, when everybody has short hair, what does the rebel do? He grows his hair long to look different from others. And when everybody has long hair, what does the rebel do? The rebel cuts his hair short. So I hope you have understood this stanza, children. So let's move on to the second stanza. When everybody talks during the lesson, the rebel doesn't say a word. When nobody talks during the lesson, the rebel creates a disturbance. Children, here disturbance means something that makes you stop what you are doing, or maybe to trouble someone. So here, this situation in the second stanza, I hope you all might have experienced in your classrooms too. When you're learning your lessons in the class, when your teacher is teaching you, so you all do participate in the discussion, right? You raise your hands, you try to answer the questions, you try to ask doubts, okay? And you do participate, you do talk when the lessons are being taught. So when all the children in the class are participating in the teaching learning process, what does this rebel do? The rebel won't say a single word, he would keep quiet. Whether he is a boy or is a girl, he or she, the rebel would keep quiet, And when nobody else is talking in the class, maybe they are very seriously or attentively listening to whatever is being taught, what would the rebel do? The rebel would create disturbance in the class because no one else is talking. So the rebel would want his presence to be felt. So he would suddenly talk in between and try to, trouble others while everybody is trying to be quiet and listen to what is being taught. You can look at the picture too, children. In the first pic, everybody is participating, they are raising their hands, they want to talk, and the rebel is just very quiet. Okay? So children, as we move on to the stanzas, I hope the meaning of rebel is becoming more and more clear to you. And also, I would like you to note down the characteristics the poet has tried to explain through this poem. What he has tried to tell us about rebels. Now let's move on to the third stanza. when everybody wears a uniform, the rebel dresses in fantastic clothes. When everybody wears fantastic clothes, the rebel dresses soberly. Children, here soberly means in a simple manner. Now, you can look at the picture on your screen. When the girls are in uniform, when all the other girls are wearing uniform, the rebel is in fantastic dress. Fantastic here, children, means very good, excellent, or you can also say strange and difficult to believe sometimes. Okay, because when somebody looks very beautiful in beautiful or fantastic dress, we say, oh, fantastic, isn't it? So fantastic here is excellent or good. Now, what does this rebel do when everybody else is wearing uniform? Children, what happens when you don't wear uniform in the school? What happens? Your teacher scolds you, you get punishment, isn't it? So, when you go to school, you all wear uniforms. But this rebel wants to be different, and the rebel would wear fantastic clothes to look different from others. And children, do you know when everybody else is wearing fantastic clothes, maybe there are occasions when you wear fantastic clothes too in your school. Maybe you are allowed to wear when there are programs for you to participate. And at that moment, what would the rebel do? The rebel would wear uniform. Okay? Or maybe the rebel dresses in a simple manner. So I hope you have understood this stanza, children. Let's move on to the next stanza. In the company of dog lovers, the rebel expresses a preference for cats. In the company of cat lovers, the rebel puts in a good word for dogs. So as you can see here in the pic, people are sitting with a dog and they just love to be with dogs. They are dog lovers. So they just talk about dogs. They appreciate the qualities of a dog. But this particular rebel would talk about cats. He would prefer to be with cats. And when everybody is with cats, when the rebel finds himself or herself in the company of cat lovers, he will start talking about dogs. Children, I hope slowly the meaning of rebel is becoming clear to you. How does a rebel behave when the rebel is, among a group of people who do certain things in a particular way, and how this rebel tries to do things differently. Now, when everybody is praising the sun, the rebel remarks on the need for rain. When everybody is greeting the rain, the rebel regrets the absence of sun. Children, here regret means to feel sad, repentant or disappointed. Children, you regret when you do something which you feel you should not have done. This was not supposed to be done by you. Okay? So you feel sad, you feel sorry for that. And you do realize that you have done something wrong. So, here when everybody else is praising the sun, okay, the sunny weather, okay, the rebel would, say that, no, it should rain now. I don't like the sunny weather. It should rain now. Okay, I want rain. And when everybody greets the rain, when everybody is happy, when everybody is enjoying the rain, the rebel would regret the absence of sun. Now he would feel sad that the sun has gone. why is it raining now? I don't want rain. I want the sun to be there. Why is the weather not sunny? Okay. So you can see in the picture, on one side people are enjoying the sunshine, but this rebel is enjoying the rain. Okay. Now let's move on to the next stanza. When everybody goes to the meeting, the rebel stays at home and reads a book. When everybody stays at home and reads a book, the rebel goes to the meeting. Okay. So, you many times attend meetings. Even in the school, your house leaders conduct meetings, your teachers, subject teachers, your social science club, your eco club, your yoga club. So many meetings are there where you have to go and attend. So when everybody else is attending a meeting, the rebel would stay at home and read a book. And when everybody else is at home reading a book, the rebel would go and attend a meeting. So very simple, isn't it? So the rebel always does things opposite to what everybody else do. Okay. Now let's move on to the next stanza. When everybody says, yes please, the rebel says, no thank you. And when everybody says, no thank you, the rebel says, yes please. So this is the way of conversation. When everybody else is talking in a particular manner, the rebel won't agree and he would talk differently. When everybody is saying yes please, he would say no thank you. And when everybody is saying no thank you, he would say yes please. Okay. Now let's see what does the poet says in the last two lines. Okay. Till now the poet was trying to tell us the activities of the rebels. How do they behave? How are they different from others? So at the end of the poem, the poet says, it's very good that we have rebels. You may not find it very good to be one. Okay. So the poet says that, we do need rebels around us. Isn't it? Because they behave differently. They definitely want to bring about a change in the society. They do tell us whether we are right or wrong. Okay. They also teach us to accept and respect the differences which we see amongst us in the society. Children, we all know that we are not alike. We look different, we behave differently, we do things in a different manner. We think differently, our ideas are different, our thoughts are different, isn't it? So it isn't necessary that everybody does the same thing. But in a particular time or a particular place or a particular occasion, when everybody else is doing the same thing, the rebel is also supposed to do the same thing, but the rebel tries to behave differently. So the poet says, we do need rebels around us because they teach us to accept and respect the differences. Children, we must accept the difference. Okay? Because we learn a lot when we are told that you are wrong, this is not right. So we do learn a lot from others, isn't it? From the differences we see in the society. So we must learn to respect the differences, isn't it? We must learn to accept the change. So the poet says, it's very good that we have rebels. But the poet at the same time tells us children that you should not become one. You should not become rebels, because we have rebels around, so you won't like to be a rebel. You won't like to be one. You won't like to behave like a rebel, different from others, or doing things just opposite to what people do. Isn't it? Now, why the poet is asking us not to be rebels, children? Because rebels are not liked by people. People don't like rebels. People don't like, when they are told that you are wrong, or when they see people doing things, totally in a different manner, different from what they are supposed to be doing. So people don't like rebels, and people criticize them. Rebels are not welcomed by people. So the poet says, you won't like to be rebels. Though we have rebels, it's good to have rebels around us. Okay? As everything we do has got its positive and negative effects. So we need to know what is good, what is bad, and whether we are moving in the right direction, right? So we need people to tell us. We need people to criticize. Then only there is scope for us to improve. Isn't it, children? I hope you enjoyed learning this poem with me. And I hope the poem is very clear. It's in very simple lines. The poet has tried to explain this, explain the characteristics of the rebels in a very simple language before us. Okay? So, I request you to read this poem, children. You have to read the poem very carefully from your textbook. And while you are reading the stanzas, you should try to understand the meanings of difficult words. You should look at the dictionary. You should write them down in your notebook. It's very important. And also, as you try to read and understand this poem, you need to ask simple questions, children. For example, let's go back to the stanzas. Let me tell you how you can frame simple questions and how you can find the answers from the poem itself, and when you write them down in your notebook, you remember the poem in a better manner. And when you write down and when you practice writing, it becomes easy for you to write down in your examination or in your tests that are conducted from time to time in your classrooms. For example, what did the rebel do when everybody else had short hair? The answer is very simple. When everybody else had short hair, the rebel, grew long hair, isn't it? And now you can have one more question. What did the rebel do when everyone else had long hair? Again, the answer is very simple. When everyone else had long hair, the rebel would cut his hair short. So, from every stanza you can frame simple questions like this. You can ask simple questions and find the answers from the stanzas and write them down in your notebook. Now children, after we have learnt this poem, let me tell you that the poet tries to make the poem more interesting, by adopting lot of techniques. You all have heard about rhyming words. In many poems, you might find rhyming words. Left, kept, okay? Be, see, okay? Go, so, okay? So you find lot of rhyming words, and the poet uses rhyming words in order to make the poem more interesting, to give rhythm to the poem. But we can see that in this particular poem, the poet has not used rhyming words, but the poet has definitely used antonyms. Antonyms means opposite words. Okay, so let's look at some of the words that we have come across while trying to learn this poem. Long, short. Long hair, short hair, isn't it? So the opposite of long is short. Grow, cut. Okay. Quietness, disturbance. Sober, fantastic. Lost, find. Okay. So these are opposite words that have been used in the poem. Because we have learnt about rebellion, as they do things opposite to whatever other people do, isn't it? That is why the poet has used antonyms or opposite words in this poem. Okay, so when you are trying to understand this poem, please look at these words which are opposite in meaning and have been used in the poem, and write them down in your notebook. So children, I hope you will learn a lot of new words, you will enrich your vocabulary as you learn this poem. Poems are, children, really for you to read and enjoy. And as you enjoy reading the poem, you do learn a lot of things. And let me tell you children, every poem has got a beautiful message for us, something to teach. We do learn from every poem. Now what do we learn from this poem children? As we have discussed earlier also, the poet has tried to tell us that rebels are different from others. Okay? So the poet has tried to tell us that we do need rebels in the society. They do things differently. They have courage to do things differently children. It's not that easy to do things that others don't do. It's very difficult to question the customs and traditions of the society. So the rebels do have the courage to do these things. Okay, so very beautifully the poet has explained the characteristics of rebels, and he has also given us the message that we should learn from them. Though he is asking us not to become rebels, but he says that we do have rebels around us, and what do we do? What are we supposed to do is we have to learn to respect these differences and accept these differences. So that is a beautiful message, so that we all, though different, can move towards in one direction, move forward in one direction. Okay, so let's try to quickly understand the characteristics of rebels. Okay, what the poet has said, they are different from others. Okay, they do things which others don't do. Okay, they have courage. Courage to oppose the traditions and customs of the society, and they try to attract attention, so you can write more points about rebels. As you read the poem, you will get more points about rebels. So you can jot them down in your notebook. I hope children you enjoyed learning this poem with me. In the next class, I'll meet you with a new topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.